forget about the ideas being conveyed here. Rather, on the other hand, try to understand the clues about the required steps of evolution of your discovering the geniusness of yourself. The required parameters of geniusness, that sharpness of your understanding and interpreting the environment, including the sharpness of understanding the very you. That's the ultimate. And by the way, in the last session, Anuradha may in between asked 2 times, or rather indicated that she wanted to say something. But I could not hear that. When I replied it, I heard it. Would you like to talk about that now?
Yes, sir.
Ah.
Uh, but that will be about an interpretation and not answer to your question.
Yeah,
Yes.
okay, all right, okay. Then, question that I will ask again. So begin with your interpretation. So I will keep the,
Okay.
all right.
Okay, the interpretation about that picture was that I felt the drops falling out of different sizes and shapes, but irrespective of the size or shape of the drops falling, they all fall into a common pool or the what I thought would be the mind, and it assumes all assume the same form.
Same from where?
Ultimately, when it falls into the pool of water, all of them are taken the same form, and you can't differentiate between the drop and the pool.
That's a beautiful point. She is taking it to a different level. If provided if it is water drops falling into water pool, right?
Yes, yes.
All right. Okay, beautiful. Yeah.
So
That's
the
again, by the way, that's a marvelous interpretation. Marvelous interpretation. But that interpretation can be further interpreted.
yes.
What is that?
So I taken the droplets as the inputs or ideas coming in, and once they fall into the mind, they all taken a shape which is more a property of the mind rather than the property of the drops falling in, the ideas falling in.
Beautiful. One. Wonderful. Keep it. Write it down. You can write it a thesis on whatever we are doing, because this is what is happening in the world. It can happen very positively. Like Chinmayanandan reads Bhagavad Gita and he makes a great lot of extensions and expansions in a positive direction. Whereas in normal interpersonal relationships, even in international relationships, the dialogue of somebody or the statement of somebody is taken, and taking it very cleverly, they make a reinterpretation, which is contradicting or which is debating the others' input. And in interpersonal conflicts, that is what is so often happening. So husband says something and wife says something and husband says, no, I did not mean that. Then what else you would mean? And most of the time, if you analyze the data of interpersonal language, you can always see words are interchanged. This is what Anuradha, there's a proverb in Malayalam. എന്താണ് ക്ഷീരമുള്ള ഒരു അവിട്ടിൻ ചുവട്ടിലും ചോര തന്നെ കൊതുകിന്റെ തൗതു. So our പോത്തിന്റെ ചുവട്ടിൽ വേദമുത. So whatever wonderful things you tell a person, finally it gets dissolved or diluted or contaminated or eliminated or destroyed and subdued by the dominant statistics or the existing mindsets of the listener.
Yes, yeah.
You know, that's why I told you, for example, if you're trying to introduce a real shift in perception to a person, you look for a gap, you introduce a totally different seed, and never say what was the intent of that seed. Because if you say the purpose of that seed, the other person will become immediately defensive. So you have to, in other words, you have to change a person without ever telling him to change, for example. So I'm moving on to further extensions of what Anuradha pointed out. It was a beautiful point. So, anyway, I asked it right now. This is something which you also have to do. I would not have done this because there is no reason for me to replay the entire thing. Even now, I am hearing it as if somebody else's dialogues, and still I am open for changes or defects in my own dialogues to you. But of course, I will not, I am absolutely sure that I will not make a mistake in my dialogues, no doubt. But I miss certain things. Of course, I have missed a whole lot of things to talk to you, but that there is no time. But yesterday, I realized that I know twice I wanted to say something, but actually I did not hear that. But as soon as I saw this, first thing was that I should ask her what she was about to say. This is the concern, this is the responsiveness which every one of you must maintain. This should be the evidence of your not taking anything for granted, not taking anybody for granted. All right, coming back. Okay, all right, that is of course that is a problem of the world. That is to be researched. What Anuradha said should be thoroughly researched by a deep psychological dimension. You know why? Because of some things which we always talk or which you are aware. The world, or rather the so-called leaders, the religious leaders, social leaders, other great books, they are all continuously telling wonderful, unique, sublime, creative, original, evolutionary ideas to people. What is happening to those ideas? And they say ideas can change the world. Only ideas are possible. You see, you can train a little child in doing certain things, taking the hand, holding a pencil and writing. After that, it's all through dialogues and dialogues only. I always tell my students, master your language. Of course, they don't understand. Because the only one tool of a leader or a manager is language. You just cannot enter the body of another person and replace a gearbox. Not only for managers, for everybody. And it is much more critical for a mystic. When you become a mystic, you do not know what kind of people are going to come to you and what kind of questions you may face.